catch by Jay Nathaniel. Touchdown, Hurricanes!
Shooter take a shot deep. Open target. Her third from left to right. Sets off. Oh,
Down!
watch who's gonna step. He's gonna go for it. Fell from the sky into Aaron Icing.
Smokey the Hound is howling, Rocky Top is blaring, and the rain is coming down in Knoxville. My name is Cade Padgett. Joining me in the booth is Dominic Barfield. We got a good one Wednesday night as the number 11 ranked Auburn Tigers travel to Tennessee. Dominic, what do we got tonight?
Unfamiliar territory. Wednesdays in the booth is not a normal look for me, but two matchups in the SEC is what we are here to see. Auburn and Tennessee should be a good matchup. Ready to see some heads crack and ready to see this ball get moved, Cade.
You know, Wednesday is one of my nights. I'm just usually sitting in your chair, but I'm glad we get to do, you and me get Wednesday night and Thursday night here on YouTube. Trey Gaither on the return, and the Tennessee Volunteers, led by Sterling Verdugo, will take the field first. And it is a cold and wet one here tonight. Two backs in the backfield with Verdugo. Play action. Fires it to the right side to his man out of the backfield. Brought down for 8 yards is Kurt Morrison.
You know, Cade, not a bad start. You'd think with it being a rain game, you'd see the ball on the ground to start it off. Verdugo's got no problem finding it in the air right now. Good start to the drive.
And it's something to behold to get the ball to a walk-on on the first play of the game. This one goes to Kelby Fulton, and he goes nowhere.
Well, Cade, Auburn's no strangers to walk-ons themselves. So Tennessee's like, well, if y'all are going to pull out walk-ons on us, we'll go ahead and start off the party with them. Not a bad look to get the walk-ons started off early, and now facing a 3rd and 3 after no gain.
Well, Auburn is walk-on university for the halfback position. 2-by-2 set. Verdugo fires it to his right side. Wesley Todd holds it in and moves the chains for the Volunteers.
The defense keeps everything in front of them. Unfortunately, bad call, easy pitch and catch for the first down.
I feel like we're going to see a lot of short throws tonight simply because of the weather. Two receivers to the top, receiver to tight end to the bottom. Verdugo calls his own number on the read option and is brought down immediately. Stopped on the play by Lewis Fuller.
No, absolutely tries to call his number, and Fuller is having none of it. The linebacker just shot through, saw it coming, and let nothing build.
And I see Beard in chat saying that imitation is the most sincerest form of flattery, and I can't hate on that. Two tight ends, two backs. Verdugo, play action, fires it to his left side, gets it to Kurt Morrison. The walk-on again sets up a 3rd and 8.
As I said, the defense is absolutely just keeping everything in front of them right now. They're forcing them to move the ball, and they're going to go up there and stop them. Defense is doing what they're supposed to do, and now we're facing 3rd and long.
The first empty formation of the night for Tennessee. Verdugo fires it over the middle, has a man on a slant. He can't get to the first down. Nico Dennis got 7, but he needed 8.
And King DeMora said, oh, you need yards? Let me stop you here. Good wrap-up by King DeMora on the stop.
And all in all, for Tennessee, it's not the worst first drive of the game that you could have had. You at least managed to get out to midfield. And if you can get a decent stop on the punt here, which they do, they hold Maverick Berlin to 11 yards. You have your defense in a fighting chance. And after we've seen Tennessee a handful of the last few weeks, Dominic, we know that this Volunteers defense, they could be a force.
Oh, no, absolutely. They can.
Two receivers at the bottom, two backs in the backfield. Duke hands to Scally. Scally up the middle for a 13-yard gain.
Yeah, see, now the other side of the coin, Cade. If Auburn, who showed up last week, is here tonight, defense is going to have to really step up against this explosive offense.
Tennessee bringing pressure. Duke gets it out to Scally out of the backfield to avoid the sack. Scally lowers his shoulder, gets an 8-yard gain. Over on Twitch, Oregon strikes first as Alexa Earl with an 11-yard touchdown run to go up over Michigan State. 6:44 left in the first quarter. Two backs in the backfield, two receivers to the bottom of the screen. Duke hands to Scally running right. Scally breaking one tackle, breaking two, cuts it back left, and gets brought down at about the 30-yard line for a 21-yard gain.
Well, you know, Cade, it looks like the Auburn of last week is not the team showing up tonight. We have no problem watching Duke hand it off to Scally, and Scally just going out and putting the bear paws on everybody. They are moving so far this drive and keeping it on the ground, surprisingly.
Well, part of that has to be influenced by the weather. It's cold, it's wet, and no disrespect to Jay Duke as he fires it on the wide receiver screen, Deegan Fry with the deflection, but the passing game is obviously going to be affected when the weather is like this.
You say that. Verdugo seemed to have no problem starting off the drive with it.
Empty formation for Auburn. Duke drops back, fires it over the middle, has a man on a sit route. It is Haas Carter, his first catch of the night.
And Haas Carter already getting some look this drive. Of course, Jay Duke starting off early to a tight end. Seems like a fable story. Crazy.
And Haas Carter, one of the best young tight ends in the CFSL. Duke takes the snap, fires it on a corner route into traffic, and hits the turf, broken on by the Tennessee defender, number 17. What is his name? Brady Foster on the deflection, and a good hold by Tennessee.
Oh, absolutely no. Incredible stand there. Jay Duke's he's gonna throw that ball up there sometimes a little bit too safe, and sometimes a little bit too reckless. He's gonna be happy to get that one back, and Auburn's going to escape with 3 points on the board regardless.
Well, you said it. Jay Duke likes to just get it up there. 16 touchdown passes on the season as Gator gets flattened. My goodness, they're bringing the wood early, but Duke also has 9 interceptions on the season, so it's an opportunity for the Tennessee defense to capitalize when mistakes like that are made.
Oh, no, absolutely. And I want to give credit to Kingdom Mora out there with another huge shot there on that return.
Verdugo in the shotgun, takes the snap, hanging in the pocket, getting pressure from behind, and brought down. 6-yard loss goes Alexis Storm, her first sack of the night.
Oh, no, the defense absolutely just engulfed the offensive line. Almost looked very Eagles versus Chiefs-like, just getting pressure back there with no hesitation, swallowing up Verdugo and making it a 2nd and 16. Not the ideal start for your second drive, Cade.
No, it's not the ideal start. I don't want to talk about that Super Bowl, okay?
Why? It was pretty.
It hurt me to watch the Eagles win. I can't do it. 2 receivers to the top. Verdugo hands to Fulton. Fulton running left, gets the yardage back that was just lost, sets up a 3rd and 10.
Nope. Yeah, you're gonna be happy to get back what you lost. You're now looking at 3rd and still long, but more manageable than 16. Ball's got to go in the air here.
2 receivers to the bottom. Verdugo takes the snap, hanging in the pocket, getting happy feet, checks it down to Kelby Fulton, but the Auburn Tiger defense is right there.
Okay, you know what they say? An intelligent man once was quoted saying, you throw the ball short, you tend to get stopped short. You've got to throw that to the sticks.
And it was King Demora again on the tackle. He is getting involved a lot and often very early. And that punt sails out of bounds. Did it even make it to the midfield mark?
No, it didn't even make it halfway.
And that is a bummer for Tennessee right now. Auburn, best field position of the night. 2-by-2 set. Duke on the play action. Fires it on an out route to Ragnar Wood for 4 yards, 2nd and 6.
And Jay Duke is going to have no problem putting that ball right back in the air, weather be non-concerned.
I formation for the Auburn Tigers. Scally in the back. Duke play action, rolls out, fires it to his left side on a corner route, caught by Haas Carter.
Big tight ends on corner routes, absolutely undefeated. If we get a team to run exclusively nothing but tight end corners, you wouldn't be able to stop them all game.
Yeah, and we wish that, or we as ADs scratch our heads and want to figure out how we could get more tight end corner routes run. 2-by-2 set. Duke hanging in the pocket, dumps it off to Scally running right. Scally cuts back in, gets 5 yards.
Yeah, Scally's getting his touches early and often. He's got 2 receptions, 13 yards. Also got, double digits on the ground so far. Not a bad start getting Scally involved.
And Jay Duke, 5 of 7 for 36 yards, taking what the defense is going to give him. Play action, hanging in the pocket, fires it to his man on an out route. Bobby Green for 13 yards, his first catch of the night.
No, and see, that right there is Jay Duke's, that's his specialty. He's going to take what the defense gives him, whether it's a bomb or it's going to be underneath. Always has those eyes up right now.
2 backs in the backfield, 2 receivers to the top. Duke hanging in again. Stepping to his right, getting pressured. Is he going to get the ball off? He is brought down. 7-yard loss on the play by Trevin Day II.
Duke had all time just rolling. Could have filed taxes. Could have bought his spot for hanging out 2025. Nope, absolutely just takes a sack. You've got to get that out. You cannot afford to take a sack right there.
Trayvon Day, his first sack of the night, puts the Tigers back behind the chains. 2x2 set, Duke play action. Hits his man over the middle, cuts up in the side. Touchdown! Josh Mizikar, 18-yard strike.
And Mizzy getting busy early for the strike as Auburn takes the commanding early lead here. Tennessee's going to have to find a way to extend some drives on offense to get some points back, and this defense is going to have to do a better job on defense covering this electric offense.
You know, we say a little bit of a quote-unquote commanding lead, but we just know how good Auburn is when they get a lead. But if I'm Tennessee, what I look back to on that previous drive was the fact that the punt didn't even get to the 50-yard line and gave Auburn essentially any points with one first down. So if you're Tennessee, obviously string together a drive, you'd like to get points here, but let's at least get a few first downs together and see what can happen.
Absolutely. We need to see a pulse on this drive.
Trips open to the bottom of the screen. Verdugo takes the snap, fires it on an out route, and it is dropped. Gloves were a little wet there. Sets up 2nd and 10.
We need to bring back the day and age where a little stick-em goes a long ways.
2 backs in the backfield. 2 receivers to the bottom of the screen. Motion the outside receiver into the backfield. Running a triple option. Verdugo kept it and brought down immediately. Chewy Baca on the TFL.
And Baca's going to be lucky to not get called with what could have potentially been a horse collar call, which, of course, we don't call horse collars in the CFSL. That's a myth.
I mean, Baca came in hard and came in fast, and like you said, it was lucky that his hand didn't get up under that horse collar. 2x2 set, Verdugo hanging in. Auburn bringing pressure. Verdugo taking a shot, and it was a perfect back shoulder throw to Ace Shepard, 39 yards into Tiger territory.
And that is a shot that you need. Matt Berlin a little bit too far on the gave too much space, just back shouldered it. You can't be more than happy if you're Verdugo and company now.
And we talked about it earlier in the game, how the weather is going to impact the passing game. You have to think that because of the rain and wind, that ball hung up there a little longer and gave Shepard the better chance to catch it. Right up the middle goes Kelby Fulton for 12 yards.
Oh, no, absolutely, Kate. I fully agree.
And over on Twitch, it is a 10-yard touchdown pass to Darius Henry. Michigan State ties it up 7-7 with 2:36 left in the first. 2 backs in the backfield, 2 receivers from the bottom of the screen. Verdugo hands to Fulton again and gets a nice 3 yards, sets up 2nd and 7.
Well, Tennessee seems to getting a little bit of things going in motion right now. The ground game's complementing the passing game. They're on enemy territory. Positive start.
Full house formation for Tennessee. Verdugo hanging in, takes a shot into the end zone and led his man a little too far out of bounds. 3rd and 7.
Did it lead him too far, or did the wind have a little bit of a temperamental mind and carried out of bounds, Cade?
I think it was a little bit of both. We know these Auburn Tiger corners are a little bit of lockdown in their own right. 2x2 set. Verdugo takes the snap, hanging in, fires into the end zone again. Wide open is Nico Dennis diving for the touchdown.
Cade, I'm gonna side eye you as you just make the comment that the cornerbacks at Auburn are complete lockups, and then absolutely busted coverage the very next play. No overtop help, and it's just pitch and catch with a beautiful diving effort by Nico Dennis for the touchdown. As Tennessee finds an answer and punches right back.
Dominic, you know me, I like to play announcer jinx a little bit. As you see Beard in chat saying I screwed them on that one. Well, if I screwed them, tell your safeties to play deeper coverage.
Ooh, me personally, I'm not taking that. Crazy, Cade. When did you take my getting smoke action?
I just do it because I love Beard. Auburn gets the return, 27 yards for Chewy Baca, and I'd expect to see a little bit of a ball control drive and a lot of Thomas Scally.
I'm going to call against that.
Well, 3x1 set. Duke hands to Scally running left. Scally doing his best, 2-yard gain.
Yeah, it's a hard, angry run of 6 yards to only gain 2. So it's a little bit of a tough start.
A&M versus Auburn remind me, yeah, Beard, it was a fantastic game, and it was a 5-point loss for us. We'll look forward to seeing y'all again in the playoffs. I formation, 2 receivers to the top of the screen. Duke is under center. Gonna take his time on this one. 7-step drop, delayed handoff to Scally again. 5-yard gain, 3rd and 3.
Yeah, it looks like you might be right so far, but as an A&M AD, you might want to worry about finding the playoffs before worrying about who you're matching up in the playoffs.
Yeah, well, we're gonna take care of our business this week. We'll wait and see. Duke drops back, fires it deep down the field into traffic, and hits the turf. Alex Thompson on the deflection, and a 4th down coming up, punt situation for the Auburn Tigers.
A rare light underthrow by Jay Duke, which is uncharacteristic for the experienced senior. He's going to be happy for that deflection, and Auburn with a 3-and-out, giving this Tennessee team a little bit of life.
Trey Gaither with the 8-yard return. Yeah, Beard, I know we got to make it first, and we're going to take care of business. We're going to handle what we can handle, but right now you got to focus on Tennessee, and Alex Verdugo coming back out, trips open to the bottom of the screen, Fulton to the right of Verdugo. Play action, Verdugo hanging in, getting pressured, and he is brought down. Big number 99, Alexis Storm, her 2nd sack of the night.
Oh, she is angry tonight in Knoxville, just getting by like actually untouched, just complete free run at the quarterback.
Yeah, that's not the one that you want to leave unblocked on this Auburn D line. It's a very big player. Verdugo in the backfield, hands to Fulton. Fulton running left, not a lot of blocks. Does his best, but still only gets 1 yard, 3rd and 17. Over on Twitch, it is a 57-yard touchdown pass to Matthew Gully. Oregon goes back up 7, 14-7 with 54 seconds left in the first.
What if it was a bubble screen?
2-by-2 set. Verdugo hanging in the pocket, getting pressured again, and slowed down. Absolute menace by Cody Hickton on the sack.
That is the answer that the Auburn defense needs. They have to send that warning to the offense like, hey, we're doing everything. You've got to pay us back for this. And Tennessee, unfortunately, falls incredibly backwards compared to their last drive.
And we did get an update from our studio that it was not a wide receiver screen touchdown by Wide Receiver Screen University. It was actually a deep pass. So maybe Oregon starting to develop a little bit. And Auburn takes it up into plus territory again. Their 2nd drive of the night, starting in Tennessee territory.
Well, you're going to be happy to see positive field position here.
3-by-1 set, Duke in the shotgun. Delayed draw to Scally. Scally running right, gets 3 yards, sets up a 2nd and 7, and that is going to do it for our first quarter. The Auburn Tigers lead the Tennessee Volunteers 10-7. You are watching the CFSL presented by PX1 Sports on YouTube. We are back for the 2nd quarter of this Wednesday night SEC showdown. Duke fires it to Scally out of the backfield, probably a little early, and lost 2 yards on the play, 3rd and 9.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Don't know if I agree with that setup there, but I absolutely credit to Dave Dennis for having the heads-up awareness, getting hands on Scally, and bringing him down. Tackling Scally in the open field is a big task, so hats off on that.
Well, Dennis looked like he was coming on a corner blitz, but as soon as Scally crossed his face, he redirected. So maybe if Duke had waited, Scally could have cleared her. Something else would have opened. 3-by-1 set, Duke in the shotgun. Fires it over the middle of Scally on a sit down and brought down. 4-yard gain. 4th and 5, Auburn, and a little bit of no man's land.
Yeah, throw short, stay short. Don't like the call there.
And Auburn is going to punt with the weather. They may be hoping for a for the brand moment and pin Tennessee deep. And, it landed inside the 5, but it went straight into the end zone. Tennessee will take it out to the 20-yard line.
So close. We almost had a FTB.
We're going to get at least one FTB for moment tonight. I can promise you that. Verdugo hanging in the pocket, fires to the middle of the traffic, and Kane Hargrave on the deflection. Dangerous throw.
Now, dangerous throw, and what a hawk on the ball. Gotta imagine the weather had to influence the drop.
I'm not sure what Verdugo was looking at there. 2 backs in the backfield. Turn around and hand to Fulton. Fulton running up the middle. Good gain, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and short.
Oh, absolutely. Angry run with bad intentions. You're going to be happy having a 3rd and 1 compared to 3rd and long. Gotta get a conversion here for Tennessee.
Yeah, it's a great spot for the Volunteers, especially considering the questionable throw Verdugo had on 1st down. 2-by-2 set. Fulton in the pistol. Verdugo fires it to the top of the screen, has to be on an out route, caught by Nico Dennis, 4 yards, move the chains.
What a mallard, but what an incredible catch by Nico to convert and move the chains. First down, Volunteers.
2 backs in the backfield with Verdugo. Verdugo turns around and hands to Fulton again, and Fulton met a lot sooner. 3-yard gain, 2nd and 7.
Yeah, absolutely could have been a bigger rush. The offensive line got up to the secondary, had him beat, and just nothing doing somehow by Fulton on that run.
2 tight ends, 1 receiver each side. Motion the tight end from right to left. Verdugo, play action. Fires it on a corner route into traffic. And Quan Perkins on the deflection. I'm questioning some of these throws by Verdugo tonight. Getting carried away here. He is making some questionable throws, to say the least. Verdugo hanging in the pocket. Ball's on the turf. Scooped up by Auburn. We got a thick 6. Touchdown, Tigers.
You know it. It ain't the way that we like our thick sixes, but we can take a thick 6 by Teddy Driver all day. That is better than an FTB moment. Have a day, big fella. War Eagle extends the lead.
Oh man, as a D lineman at heart, it's always fun watching the big boys get up there and go. And oh man, someone's gonna have to go back and clip that over on Twitch. It's a 9-yard touchdown run by David Michael. Michigan State ties it up at 14 with 7:55 left in the second quarter. And now the Tennessee Volunteers have their backs against the ropes. Oh goodness, I'm still calming down from that big boy touchdown. Dominic? Oh man.
Yes, sorry. We had a little bit of an audio issue over here. We are back and we are good. Yeah, no, absolutely. Getting a big boy thick 6 is just a happy way to start a game.
Yeah, and Alexis Storm, 3 sacks already in the first half. Early contention for Defensive Player of the Week. Verdugo, play action, rolling left, fires it into traffic, and another mistake, intercepted by the Auburn Tigers. The wheels are falling off, picked off by Rashad Watson.
When it rains, it pours, and Auburn knows how to take advantage of mistakes. That is absolutely heartbreaking right now for the Tennessee Volunteers offense.
I mean, I don't hate the decision by Verdugo and the Volunteers to try and go for it, get a little bit of momentum back to your side, but that's just a bad decision. Play action by Auburn, and Duke gets brought down immediately. The defenses are waking up. Daniel Fox on the sack.
The Volunteers defense has had enough. Just nothing doing on stopping Daniel Fox's pursuit, and makes J. Duke pay for staying in the pocket.
2-by-2 set. Duke in the shotgun, takes the snap, hanging in the pocket, fires it over the middle on a corner route, and it is caught. Landslide hit immediately, but got 17 and moves the chains.
That was just a landslide of momentum, if I may say. That is a big conversion for this Auburn offense.
And it was a good in-movement throw by Jay Duke, hitting his man in the numbers right at the line to gain. Empty formation, 3 to the top, 2 to the bottom. Duke calling his audibles, hanging in, fires it to his man on an out route, caught by number 83, Hoss Carter, for an 8-yard gain.
At 3 receptions, 27 yards for the tight end. Looks to see like they are moving this methodically right now.
We know you are a lover of your big boys on the offensive side of the ball. Duke hanging in the pocket, fires it to Scally out of the backfield, and Scally lost sight of the sideline and loses 4 yards.
Oh, no, absolutely, Kate. As a tight end at heart, tight ends are an absolutely important staple of every offense except for Auburn University.
Oh, man, 2-by-2 set. Duke in the shotgun, gets it to Scally on the screen, and goes nowhere. The Tennessee defense stands up after the 17-yard gain to landslide and forces a 4th down and a field goal attempt.
Yep, 6-7 of the time, the screen works every time, and unfortunately, that's living in the 40% bracket right there. The defense steps up and really holds this offense after their offense can't save themselves at the moment.
Melanition on the field goal and misses it. I believe he pushed it wide left, and it is no good. So a good stand by Tennessee for no points being put on the board for Auburn.
Oh, you got to imagine you've got to be holding your breath right now, Tennessee.
Two receivers to the bottom, two backs in the backfield. Hand to Fulton up the middle, throwing a stiff arm, fighting for yards, gets 7.
You got to imagine coming out. Verdugo got the information to hand it to Fulton, keep it on the ground. Do not make another mistake.
When the rain's coming down and it's cold, your halfbacks theoretically should be getting a lot more work. As Verdugo calls his own number on the read option, has a small lane, gets 6 yards, moves the chains.
And the defense is lucky to not get called for an encroachment there. The big body of Alexis Storm absolutely jumps a little early. No call.
She's getting eager. 3 sacks already, looking for her 4th. As Fulton running left lowers his shoulder, gets 10 yards. First down to first down.
This offense is really predicating the run this drive, and I am fully here for it. Anything to get the forward momentum rolling.
Smokey the mascot shadow boxing in the end zone. Not sure who he's doing it with, but Verdugo calling his number on the read option, gets another 11 yards. First down to first down again.
You know, Cade, looks like this was what Tennessee's need to do this entire time, and it is working in bunches right now. Defense really got to find a way to counteract this ground game.
Well, this Tennessee offense has turned the ball over twice, and both times it has been on passing plays, so it makes sense to go back for the run. Hand off to the running back up the middle. Kurt Morrison, the walk-on, gets 3 yards.
Well, to be fair, Cade, the first turnover was more of a strip sack than anything. It was still on a passing play. Ooh.
3-by-1 set. Verdugo hands to Fulton, and the Tiger defense sells out. 3-yard loss. Lewis Fuller on the TFL.
Well, asking you shall receive. You need an answer, and an answer appears by a form of Lewis Fuller laying the lumber.
And two receivers and a tight end to the top of the formation. Verdugo dropping back, fires it to the top of the formation, caught by James Triplett for 3 yards, but he's going to be short of the line to gain.
And the first pass to the big boy comes up short. Throw short, stay short. Hate it.
And, you know, I wouldn't have been surprised if Tennessee went for it there. That was a short throw and not a real chance to convert to a new set of downs. So it wouldn't have shocked me if that was we're going to set it up and go for it. But do we have an FTV?
Yeah, pretty sure
I
we
feel
just
like
saw
that's an FTV. That's got to be inside the 2-yard line. If my eyes are right, and according to my wife, they're not. It's
FTV.
Inside the 2. We got to for the brand moment. We got a thick 6, man. Wednesday nights are turning up. I formation for Auburn, turns around, hands it to Scally, and Scally gets 6 yards.
We could have had a safety if cards were played right there too. Could have had a whole smorgasbord of fun activities tonight, Cade.
A smorgasbord. My goodness, we're bringing out the Oxford level words, aren't we? And they go from a heavy run to a heavy pass. Empty formation for Jay Duke. Hanging in the middle, gets it to Carter, and Carter only gets 2 yards. Had to come back to that one.
Yeah, came back and just over committed on the comeback, and now you're facing 3rd and short. You've got to get this ball out here.
And another empty formation for the Auburn Tigers. Duke drop back. Tennessee bringing pressure, and Auburn sees it right away. 6-yard catch for Haas Carter. Move the chains.
When in doubt, Haas it out. Big body finds the first down. Lucky.
2 backs in the backfield. 2 receivers at the bottom of the screen. Duke dropping back, fires it to his man again on a sit route. 1 broken tackle, 2 broken tackles, goes Ragnar Wood for 16 yards.
Ragnar Wood absolutely, man. You have to bring an army to stop me. Just bumping off everybody and just fighting for the extra yards. Defense has got to tighten up, and they can't get away with arm tackling if they're going to bring down this offense.
Yeah, and if you're Tennessee, you have to feel like it was a missed opportunity with the ball inside the 2-yard line, and now Auburn well into a moving spot outside of the 30. 3 receivers to the bottom, 1 to the top. Duke fires it to Scally on a sit route. Again, 8 yards, 2nd and 2.
Oh, absolutely fighting for those, but takes a shot lowering his shoulder as well. 2nd and 2, not a bad spot on the drive so far.
And Jay Duke has 17 completions of the night. 7 of them have gone to Thomas Scally. Duke hanging in the pocket again and gets it to Christian Rodriguez, the walk-on halfback for a 1-yard gain.
I was wondering when we were going to see the start of walk-on U over here.
Yeah, we talked about Auburn being a walk-on U, and it's well into the second quarter before we even look at a walk-on running back. 2-by-2 set. Duke in the backfield, fires it deep, shot into the sideline. Good coverage by Tennessee, and Auburn punting.
Now, I don't know if I agree with taking the shot right there. 3rd and 2, double coverage. Tough look there.
Yeah, you have Thomas Scally in the backfield. If I'm Auburn, I'm turning around and I'm handing it to him. And if he doesn't get it, okay, fine, then I'll punt. But in a short yardage situation, that's who I would be going to. And we're looking at what has just been an absolute dominant performance by the Auburn defensive line. Sacks, fumbles, TFLs, everything you want to see.
Big sixes.
Yeah, thick six. Can't forget about that one. 2 receivers to the bottom of the screen. Tight end receiver to the top. Motion the tight end from left to right. Verdugo takes the snap. He's hanging in. Fires it to his man on a sit route. On the outside goes Nico Dennis for 6 yards. Pays the price. Timeout, Tennessee.
You know what, Kate? I'd like to see Tennessee get a little aggressive here and kind of work the field and take a shot.
2 backs in the backfield. 2 receivers to the top. Verdugo fires it out and into the sideline. 3rd and 4. I see that guy in chat. 25 people in here, only 4 thumbs up. Come on, guys, hit the like button. 3-by-1 set for the Tennessee Volunteers. Tennessee and Verdugo gets it to Fulton on the screen, and he's not going to get there. Loses a yard on the play, and Auburn with the timeout to stop the clock, and they will get it back.
Throw short, stay short. Not paying attention here. You're giving the wrong explosive offense too much time and too many chances with this ball game.
And that ball was on the ground. Not sure who came up with it. And now it's a face mask on top of it.
Oh, man. Say it ain't so.
And it is now the 3rd drive of the night for the Auburn Tigers, starting in Tennessee territory. 2 receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom. Duke in the shotgun, takes the snap. He's looking, fires it to the right side. Caught by Ragnar Wood on the drag route, 3 yards. 2nd and 7.
That's not a bad start for the drive here. Honestly, Kate, I'd like to see a little bit of Thomas Scally and just kind of keep his ball, just kind of keep it safe.
2-by-2 set. Motion the receiver from right to left. Duke takes the snap. You called it, turns around, hands it to Scally. Scally running right, 1 broken tackle, an 11-yard gain.
See, that's got to make you imagine 3rd and 2. If you just hand it off to Scally, you probably walk away with points on that drive.
We are under a minute left. You have to think that Auburn is going to play a little bit of ball control here and not give the ball back to Tennessee. Tennessee might have jumped, and Scally up the middle, 1 broken tackle. No flag on the play, but an 11-yard gain.
No, but when you've got one of the harder backs to bring down in the league, you would think hand it off.
2 backs in the backfield, 2 receivers to the bottom. Get it to the walk-on running back running right, and he manages to get out of bounds, Christian Rodriguez.
The walk-on's doing everything to try to get a scholarship in that locker room. Unfortunately, buddy, Auburn doesn't hand out scholarships to walk-ons.
I formation, 2 receivers to the bottom. Duke under center. Takes the snap. It's a 3-step drop. Fires it to his man on a slant route. Hoss Carter for 11-yard gain. Fighting inside the 5.
Auburn using a tight end in the red zone almost feels like a unicorn here.
2 backs in the backfield. 2 receivers to the bottom of the screen. Auburn going fast. Fires it over the middle. Wide open goes Hoss Carter. Touchdown, Tigers.
And just not what you could afford to do if you were Tennessee. They had the chance at the fumble, tacked on the face mask, and Scally and co. really just did the work of this drive as they pay off the big tight end in the end zone. Crazy.
I mean, big tight end indeed. It's his 3rd touchdown on the season, and just talk about big targets. You typically don't want to leave someone that wide open, no matter who it is. But a guy like Hoss Carter, you really don't want to leave him that wide open. And now, down 17, 33 seconds left and 2 timeouts. The Tennessee Volunteers have a question on their hands. Do they play it safe and go to the half for an offense that has turned the ball over twice? Or do they try to go for it and get some points?
Scared money don't make money. And Kate, I want to say that was only his second because I believe we called his first last week.
I may be wrong. I was looking at the broadcast sheet. It said he had 2. As Verdugo hanging in the pocket and brought down again. Cody Higdon, his second of the night.
You know, I said scared money don't make money, but you got to throw the ball in order to take a chance. You can't be stuck with the ball in your hands all day. That's not going to work out wonders for you.
And they're just going to let it go to the half after the sack. We are through 2 quarters. The Auburn Tigers lead the Tennessee Volunteers 24-7. You are watching the CFSL presented by PX1 Sports on YouTube. Dominic, halftime, man. What have we seen?
Auburn, and a little bit more Auburn. I mean, it's been pretty much one-sided for this game. Auburn has, came out. They've worked their game plan. They are executing on both sides of the ball. They've gotten 2 turnovers on the defense, including a thick 6. I mean, what can you say? Tennessee has got to come out finding some answers. They've got to keep this ball a little bit more well protected. I know the rain and the weather really makes it hard to keep full protection on the ball, but you cannot afford to give this team like Auburn any excuse of a turnover because they can and will capitalize if called upon.
I mean, if you look at these stats, it's nearly identical in terms of time of possession. Auburn has a slight edge in both pass yards and rush yards. I mean, if you just look at those top 3, you'd think that this is a close game, but those 2 turnovers for Tennessee are looming large because Auburn came away with, obviously, the thick 6, and then I don't believe they scored off of the second one, but even so, a 17-point game, those 2 turnovers, that's going to hurt any offense.
No, I believe that second turnover was the field goal attempt that got pushed right to the left.
The wide left, yeah. Okay.
Yes.
So it's Tennessee. I mean, you clean up the turnovers, and this is a completely different ball game. And we've seen Jay Duke tonight as well make some questionable throws into traffic, and anything can happen in the second half. And Auburn will start with the ball. Brought out to the 27-28-yard line by Maverick Berlin. And again, I expect a lot of Thomas Scally right now to go ahead and keep their foot on the gas.
Okay, call me crazy. The second half needs to be the Scally and Fulton performance. That's how you get this game going.
2 receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom. Duke. Delayed draw to Scally. Scally running left and only gets 2 yards. The Volunteer defense on it early.
Scally is not typically known as an east-west kind of runner, more of a north-south. I dare you to kind of stop me. Not agreeing with trying to get all the way out there to the outside.
3-by-1 set for Auburn. Duke in the shotgun. Tennessee bringing pressure. Gets it to Haas Carter on a sit route. 7-yard gain sets up 3rd and 2.
Well, when you've got a big security blanket like that sitting over the middle, you absolutely dump it off. Haas Carter is having a performance tonight.
23 completions for Jay Duke, only 145 yards. He's been efficient. Duke hanging in the pocket, fires it to his man on a corner route, caught, but for a first down goes Bobby Green.
Quiet night for Bobby Green. Typically the kind of role that he's in, but when Bobby Green finds that ball, it is in big moments.
It's been a quiet night for a lot of these offensive weapons on the Auburn Tigers, except for this one right here. Scally running left, cuts it back, gets a massive gain into Tennessee territory, up to 91 yards on the night.
And that is the absolute north-south runner you want to see in that backfield right now. Absolutely hits the hole, turns on the afterburners, and just makes it difficult to stop in the weather.
2 receivers to the top, 2 backs in the backfield. Duke calling a triple option and doesn't get the pitch off. Loses 4 yards on the play. Brady Foster on the TFL.
Not sure if I'm running the triple option with the 47 speed quarterback there. That's a little bit of an interesting decision there.
I mean, we've seen Jay Duke have some pretty impressive running games in terms of touchdowns, not necessarily in terms of yards, but it remains to be seen. 2-by-2 set. Duke hanging in the pocket. Fires it to Scally, and it is picked off. The Volunteer defense with an early turnover. Scally tracks him down from behind. Dave Dennis on the interception.
And that's not a single part of that do I agree. And that just kind of tends to be the decision making of Jay Duke at times. Absolutely no need to put that in the air, and especially in the weather conditions like that where the ball can hang up. And Dave Dennis absolutely makes him regret putting that in the air. Tennessee now has starting off with great field position.
Two backs in the backfield for Verdugo. Verdugo fires it quick on a slant, caught by Dusty James.
Not a bad start. Nice little slant route there. Had to get the feedback underneath him. Just pitch and catch. That is a nice start. Don't want to get too carried away starting off with that. Really would like to see Kelby Fulton on the ground this drive. Really making this defense have to stop him.
I see Beard in chat saying Jay Duke led the league in rushing yards for quarterbacks last season. I don't know if that's true or not. Can somebody fact check me on that? Verdugo turns around and heads to Fulton. Fulton loses a yard on the play. The Tiger defense was coming hard.
Hey, yo. CFSL after dark early?
No. Don't. You putting words in my mouth. 2x2 set. Verdugo hanging in the pocket, fires it to the right side, has a man wide open. Wesley Todd, 19 yards.
Now just absolutely wide open, not a defender in sight. That is a massive conversion there. And you know what, Kate, I'm gonna be honest with you, as a former teammate, even if that information is true, I'd like to believe that it's not just out of there's no shot. So you know what? We'll just leave it up to just mysterious answers.
I think about it now, and it's entirely possible simply because defenses are selling out to stop Scally, and they're not even going to remotely respect Jay Duke in the run game. Two backs in the backfield. Verdugo on the play action, rolling to his right, hanging in, fires it to the end zone, and it is a touchdown! Tennessee is back in it.
Wouldn't say back in it, but they have made this lead a little bit smaller, and that's exactly what you want to see. Not sure if I agree with the taking the deep shot there, especially with almost triple coverage. But hey, ball got placed where it needed to be. Verdugo answered back, and it's a little bit more of an interesting watch moving forward here.
And Tennessee's extra point is up, and it is good. Duke and Scally were both top 10 in rushing last year. I don't doubt it. I know Auburn was more of a running team last year, but I find it hard to believe that in a league with the guys like Cutter Rice, Kevin Price, Cole Mantell, and Mateo Del Este, that Jay Duke led the league in rushing for quarterbacks. I'm not saying it didn't happen. I just find it hard to believe, as Berlin gets another 29 yards on the return. And the Auburn offense starts at the 35, almost 36-yard line. Empty formation. Three receivers to the bottom, two to the top. Duke takes the snap, fires it to the bottom of the screen on a little bit of an out route. Haas Carter thought he was closer to the sideline, but still gains 4 yards.
9 receptions, 60 yards. I already kind of want to feel like that's starting to get close to most receptions by a tight end in Auburn history.
Two backs in the backfield, two receivers to the top. Duke takes a deep shot into traffic, and it hits the turf. Trayvon Day on the deflection.
Not sure what Jay was looking there. It was nothing open, nothing doing. He's going to be lucky to see that bounce to the turf.
Duke takes the snap, hanging in, takes a deep shot into traffic, intercepted again. Toe tapping it on the sideline. The Tennessee Volunteers are fighting right now.
And that's not what you want to see. Now both defenses with 2 turnovers apiece. And Tennessee is starting to hum. This game can get really interesting really fast, Cade.
And I see it. Our producer says Jay Duke did end up playing one more game than Mateo Del Este last year and ended up with more total yards. Del Este had more yards per game, as Kelby Fulton gets no yards, and the Tiger defense is trying to save their offense here.
No, an absolutely big shot there on that run. Maverick Berlin's just laying lumber.
We have a Twitch update coming momentarily. They've come few and far between, so they got a defensive one going on over there. 2 tight ends to the top of the screen, 2 backs in the backfield. Verdugo turns around, hands to Fulton. Fulton running right, has some good blocks. An 11-yard gain sets up a first down. Over on Twitch, it is a 45-yard touchdown pass to Jimbo Hawk as Michigan State leads Oregon 21-17 with 5:24 left in the third. 2 backs in the backfield, 2 receivers from the bottom. Motion the receiver in, hands to Fulton running left. Fulton lowers his shoulder, gets 5 yards.
Just good, hard, angry running there. Really liking this performance.
Yes, Beard. We know you put Oklahoma out of the playoffs last year. 2 tight ends. Play action. Fires it over the middle of the traffic and held on by Jimmy White.
Tennessee is answering right now, Kate. They really took that halftime talk to heart. This defense has got to find some answers. They've already shown that they can make some turnovers. They're going to have to force something out of Verdugo here.
And I'm telling you, I got the announcer jinx in both games. It is a 66-yard touchdown pass to Daxton Bliss, not on a screen pass, as Oregon retakes the lead 24-20 with 5:08 left in the third. And Kurt Morrison, the walk-on, breaking tackles.
I kind of feel like that not a screen being read was kind of more thrown to me, because I feel like that was eventually going to be thought by me.
Two backs in the backfield, 2 receivers to the bottom of the screen, handoff to Fulton, lowers his shoulder, 5-yard gain.
Said Cade, Tennessee is just they're firing right now. Gotta be happy with how this team looks compared to the first half.
You have to give credit to this defense for giving their offense a little bit alive. 2 receivers to the top, 2 backs in the backfield. Verdugo on the play action, hits his receiver on a sit route, and Nico Dennis gets planted, but a 12-yard gain nonetheless.
And said, beautiful catch on the sit down, and Rashad Watson with the sit down after the play.
Empty formation for Tennessee. Haven't seen this a whole lot tonight. 3-by-2 set. Verdugo hanging in, fires it to his man on an out route. James Triplett for 6 yards.
And the tight ends are starting to get utilized over there on Tennessee. They're watching Haas Carter have a field end like, wait, what if we try that?
They go from an empty formation to a full house formation. Verdugo, triple option, pitches it to Fulton, and the Auburn defense played it perfectly. Maverick Berlin was the last man to beat, and he sat Fulton down.
Just absolutely speared him like the tribal chief. That was a shot.
Another full house formation for Tennessee. Verdugo hands to his man running left, and it is Kurt Morrison for 2 yards, 4th and 2. Does Tennessee go for it? And they're going to settle for the 3. I mean, I don't hate it because it's a long 2 yards, and the field goal, it is up and it is good. It does make it a 1-possession game. You have to feel good if you're Tennessee now. Your defense is kind of woken up, and now your offense is strung together back-to-back drives. Over on Twitch, they're coming now. David Michael with a 75-yard touchdown run as Michigan State goes back up over Oregon, 28-24. 4:53 left in the third quarter. Chewy Baca with a 31-yard return.
Now, Chewy was trying to take one to the crib as you were trying to read that. Absolutely hit a hole and almost could have found pay dirt there.
And that last 5 drives for Auburn isn't what you want to see. It was a turnover on downs, punt, touchdown, interception. That's not what you like to see. As Auburn on the wide receiver screen gets it to Bobby Green for 12 yards into Tennessee territory.
Bobby Green gets that ball. The big moments usually follow. 3 receptions, 37 yards. Not bad stats.
Right at midfield are the Auburn Tigers. Jake Duke, delayed draw to Scally, and Scally gets brought down to the backfield.
Hey, you know what, Kate? I don't know if you saw that. You saw that stat pop up right before the snap of the ball. 13 first downs for Auburn to 12 for Tennessee. The game's really closer than what the score is showing.
Aren't all draws a delay? Yes, Mr. Producer, but you know what I'm talking about. 2 receivers to the bottom, 2 backs to the backfield. Scally on the screen. Can Tennessee track him down? He breaks 1 tackle. He doesn't break a second. Got 10 yards, sets up a 3rd and 2.
60% of the time, the screen works every time. Love to see it utilized.
Takes him from second and long to third and short, but Auburn only 2 for 8 on third down. Duke drops back, hanging in the pocket, takes a deep shot into the sideline.
Again, you have Thomas Scally in the backfield, 3rd and 2, and you... Okay.
And they're going to go for it, but it's an empty formation. 3 by 2, Duke hanging in, fires it to his man on an out route. Morris Larson, another walk-on, first down Auburn.
Walk on you strikes again.
It's a bold strategy to go to a walk-on 4th down, and I don't hate it. Jay Duke gets it out to his man on the wide receiver screen as Josh Mizikar for 8 yards.
First reception since the touchdown early in the game. Nice to see him getting a little more action as well.
And another empty formation for Auburn. 3 receivers to the bottom, 2 to the top. Duke takes the snap, fires it over the middle, has a man. Haas Carter breaks 1 tackle, comes back behind the first down, but gets it back. 6-yard gain.
Double-digit receptions for the big body tight end. Hats off.
2 backs in the backfield, 2 receivers to the top. Duke, triple option, calls his own number running left and brought down after a 9-yard gain.
Wow, the 39 overall speed pays off. Still averaging negative yards rushing, but hey, that slow speed works off somehow.
2 tight ends set I formation for Jay Duke and the Auburn Tigers. Turn around, hand it to Scally, running left, doing a little bit of sidestepping, and the Tennessee defense brings him down.
If he just runs at the line and drops his shoulder, he's got the first down and maybe a little extra. Not sure about the hesitation there. Absolutely has the first down just running forward.
We got to give credit to the Tennessee defense for filling the holes and making Scally second guess where he wants to go. 2 by 2 set, Duke in the shotgun, fires it to his left side, and it is brought in by Lance Line. Tough catch in traffic.
Tough catch in traffic, but quality hands on the catch by Lance Slide. Absolutely a good target to go to when you need yards real quick.
And it's another heavy run formation for Auburn. 2 receivers to the top, I formation for Duke. 3-step drop, hanging in, fires it to his man on a slant route. Fighting near the end zone goes Josh Mizikar, gets a toady 10, and they are knocking on the door.
Just absolutely on the door. Couldn't have been closer if he tried.
And I think Auburn's going to listen to you in the booth. Turn around and hand it to Scally, and an easy walk-in touchdown as the Auburn Tigers go back up.
I always enjoy seeing the 0-yard touchdown runs. Makes the heart just go, man, really? Nothing? But hey, that's an answer right there that Auburn needed after the life that Tennessee has shown. Now the Volunteers are going to have to come out, and they cannot settle for 3. They're going to have to find a way to find the end zone.
Well, I can tell you from personal experience that Scally's going to go over to the sideline and find Mizikar and shake his hand and say, thanks for getting it done. I'll punch it in for you. Tennessee down 14 as we approach the end of the third quarter. Trey Gaither, 19 yards on the return. And you look at these stats for Jay Duke, really consistent in the first half and 2 interceptions, although it was a good try to get Auburn back into the end zone that last one. 2 tight ends. Verdugo, play action, rolling out, fires it across his body, caught for the first down. Ace Shepard, 17 yards.
Ace Shepard just found the spot in the zone coverage and was just right where he needed to be. Beautiful throw by Verdugo.
And a good job by Verdugo, stopping, planting his feet, and turning his hips. If he tries to throw that to his left while he's rolling right, that's going to be a dangerous throw and has a high likelihood of getting intercepted. And that is going to do it. We are through 3. We got 1 more left to go. The Auburn Tigers fighting against the Tennessee Volunteers currently lead 31-17. You are watching the CFSL presented by PX1 Sports on YouTube. Don't go anywhere. Three down, 1 to go. Tennessee with the ball to start on the 40-yard line going out. Verdugo hands to Fulton. Fulton running left and gets 1 yard, 2nd and 9.
You know, Cade, a real trend of this game, the east-west running has not worked on either team. North-south's got to be the way you need to go moving forward.
Well, to be fair, East-West really doesn't work for many teams in this league, if any. And as you can see that, Fulton running a little bit of north-south right there, gets 9 yards, sets up a 3rd and inches.
I was about to say, I was like, right there, right on cue, that north-south running, that'll get you where you need to go.
18 carries on the night, 4.5-yard average for Kelby Fulton. 2 tight end set, 1 receiver to the top, 1 to the bottom. Verdugo. Play action, rolling to his right, plants his feet. He's got all day to throw and dumps it off. Nothing was open. And James Triplett loses a yard, doesn't convert the 3rd and short.
All right, class, now say it with me. Throw short, stay short. You had all day to file your taxes, get your tickets for Hangout 25. You had all the time in the world back there, and nothing.
You know, at some point, Verdugo could have just stepped up and gotten the 1st down, but they're going to go for it here as Fulton running left. Can he get there? Too much east and west. Loses yards. Doesn't convert. Auburn takes over.
And say it with me. North-south, not east-west. I like the go for it. I don't care for the execution. That you just practically said, hey, Auburn, here's the ball back. We don't want it. Not sure of the execution.
2x2 set for Auburn and Duke. Scally motions out to the right. Duke hanging in the pocket, fires it to his man, coming back to it, an incomplete pass. Josh Mizikar on the drop.
Tough. Blame it on the weather.
Blame it on the weather. Yeah, I mean, I love the idea by Tennessee to go for it. It's just Fulton's been having a great night, but you got to get him moving towards the line of scrimmage, not towards the sideline. Duke hanging in the pocket, gets it to Ragnar Wood. Only 2-yard gain, 3rd and long coming up.
So, no, I mean, absolutely. I like the call to go for it.
Two backs in the backfield, 2 receivers to the bottom of the screen. Duke takes the snap, has Scally on the screen. Can Scally break the tackle? Breaks 1, doesn't break the tackle. Ball's on the turf. Tennessee has it. They're running. Can they catch him? No one will. Touchdown Volunteers. Oh, man.
I'm gonna let that call sit there, Cade. I'm gonna let you have that moment. That call was for David Ware sitting back in the hospital. We love you, big homie. We hope to see you getting better soon. Absolutely, what a call there, Cade.
Oh, man. Yeah, shout out to David Ware, buddy. Love you. You're the inspiration. Glad you're in the stream with us. But, Dominic, that is our 2nd pick 6.
Well, here's the question. Was Scally down?
Oh, don't, no, the coach challenge. It's not a review, it's a challenge. What happened?
He's down.
Oh, I think
that's coming back. That is coming back.
No, I mean, it's a great stop by Tennessee because that'll be a 4th down, and Auburn's going to punt it back to him. Oh. What a play, man.
It's not the call we want to see, but it's the correct call at the end of the day.
It is the correct call, and Auburn will punt it back to Tennessee. And momentum is a real thing, and you have to think that the Volunteers are going to have a little bit of momentum after that play right there. Trey Gaither, 7 yards on the return, just outside of the 20. 7 minutes left in this game, and down by 2 touchdowns.
And Cade, Trey Gaither is letting us know that Tay Allison is now Tennessee's all-time tackles leader. What a career, what a performance. Congratulations.
Oh my goodness, that is an absolute accomplishment indeed. We know Tennessee has been around for a hot minute in the CFSL, so congratulations to Tay Allison. 2 tight ends to the bottom of the screen, 2 backs in the backfield. Verdugo calling his own number on the triple option and goes nowhere. Loses a yard, brought down by Maverick Berlin.
Maverick Berlin has been having a night just inflicting punishment on anybody in the vicinity. Just shot after shot after shot.
2 backs in the backfield. 2 tight ends to the bottom of the screen. Turns around, hands it to Fulton, and Fulton gets 4 yards.
Yep, now you're facing 3rd and long here. You've got to make something shake. It is time to put up.
And if we're going to talk about a defensive MVP for Auburn, I have to collectively say it's this defensive line unit. Verdugo drops back, getting pressured, fires it to his man on a sit route, and planted. What a hit stick.
You know, I fully have to agree with you, Cade. Yeah, defensive MVP has to go to the defensive line as a collective. They have made it a nightmare affair for Sterling Verdugo and Kelby Fulton all game.
And after the scoop and score that was called back, Tennessee got the ball back and immediately punted. Maverick Berlin with a 15-yard return sets Auburn up again in volunteer territory. 2 receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom. Duke takes the snap. Cut blocks by the offensive line. Duke fires it to his man on a sit route. Caught for 5 yards. Goes Mizikar, getting it back after that drop.
After the performance that Mizzy's had tonight, if the drop's the worst, I think they'll be happy with it.
2x2 set. Duke hands to Scally. Scally running up the middle has a big lane. Brought down at the 25, approaching, or he is over 100 yards, excuse me.
And looks like Scally got some stickum on the sideline. No ball movement there. No worry about putting it on the turf.
We have a Twitch update coming momentarily. 3 receivers to the bottom of the screen, 1 to the top. Duke calling his audibles. Takes the snap, hanging in, fires it over the middle, has a man, 1 broken tackle, goes Bobby Green, 12-yard gain. Over on Twitch, it is a 1-yard touchdown run for Ryan Roloski for Oregon, as they now have the lead, go for 2, and it is no good. They lead Michigan State 33-28, 8 minutes left in the 4th quarter, and Duke fires that one out of the back of the end zone.
No, absolutely saw a girl give him the eyes and just took a shot and tossed it to her. Not even remotely close.
And the Goth Bros only exist in South Bend, Indiana. Duke running the triple option, gets it to Scally on the pitch. Scally throwing a stiff arm and cannot get to the 10-yard line. Brought down for a 2-yard gain.
Kane, I got some bad news. The Goth Girls now reside in Blacksburg. Blacksburg took them back with them after their incident in South Bend.
Fair enough. 3 receivers to the bottom, 1 to the top. Duke in the shotgun, fires it over the middle, has a man on a track route. Touchdown, landslide. 12 yards for number 13.
And when it rains, it pours, and this Auburn team is finding a way to keep pouring it on the Tennessee defense. Just a performance and a strike in stride for Jay Duke to the big man himself, landslide, finding in the end zone.
Well, and I think you could look at that landslide run after catch and just look at that and show this to every running back room in the league. When you get the ball in your hands, cut it upfield. Get north and south. That's all you want. And we see it. Every game so far this week has been a 1-score affair. And we currently have a 1-score affair going on Twitch. And, you know, Auburn they just can't let that happen here over on YouTube.
It'd be real crazy if Tennessee decided to say something about it with less than 5 minutes remaining.
You know, I'm all for announcer jinxes, and I already had one tonight. Let's see if we can get another one. 2 receivers to the bottom. Verdugo fires it deep to the sideline, and it is in and out of the hands of his receiver.
No, absolutely had a shot there, and Chewy was just playing with it, not allowing that to happen.
Trips open to the bottom of the screen. Verdugo takes the snap, fires it to his man on a drag route. James Triplett, 5 yards, sets up 3rd and 5.
Oh, 3rd and manageable. It's now or never. You're gonna have to find a way here to convert.
2 receivers to the top, 1 to the bottom. Verdugo hangs in the pocket, getting brought down again. 4-yard sack by Teddy Driver, his first of the night.
And Teddy Driver also making it. It's credit to this entire defensive line. They are absolutely making it a nightmare for Verdugo.
We have a Twitch update coming momentarily. Mr. Producer, I saw what you typed. I don't appreciate it, but we'll let it be unsaid. And it is 4th and 9. Up against the ropes. The Tennessee Volunteers are going to go for it. 3 receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom. Verdugo takes the snap, fires it, and you stay short of the line. You're not going to get there. Turnover on downs. Auburn takes over on Twitch. It is a 29-yard touchdown pass to Blue Haddocks. Michigan State goes up 34-33. They do not convert the 2-point conversion. 6:54 left to play. 2 backs in the backfield. Duke pump fake, hanging in, takes a deep shot into the end zone, and out of bounds. It hits the turf.
Hey, Kay, quick question. Blue Addicts, where did they play previously?
You just love to stir the pot, don't you? Yeah, he's the former Texas A&M guy. We love him here, but he's playing up in Michigan State now. Duke dumps it off to Scally, and Scally lowers his head to get 4 yards.
Call it stirring the pot. I call it instigating. It is what it is.
It is what it is. I mean, we'll wait and see. We have another Twitch update coming momentarily. 2 backs in the backfield, 2 receivers from the bottom of the screen. Duke getting pressured on the screen. Scally running right. Can't break the tackle. 2-yard gain sets up 4th and 4. Will they go for it or will they take the 3? They're gonna go for it.
Bold strategy, Cade. Let's see if it pays off.
They already have 1 missed field goal on the night, and it was closer than where they're at now, so it doesn't shock me that they're going for it. 2-by-2 set. Duke is going to bleed some clock. Over on Twitch, real quick, a 30-yard pick 6 by Darius Henry. He now has an offensive touchdown and a defensive touchdown. Michigan State extends their lead over Oregon, 41-33, with 6:43 left in the game. I hate it when they manually chew the clock, but we'll wait and see. Duke hanging in the pocket, fires it deep down the sideline. Toe drag swag by this car.
And Mizzy getting busy. 5th reception, 56 yards, and a touchdown on the night. Big call going for it, and Jay Duke finds the man on the sideline where he's needed. Absolute backbreaker for Tennessee.
And now, at the point of the game, we are under 3 minutes left. I expect a lot of Thomas Scally and a lot of ball control football.
No.
3-by-1 set. Duke calling his audibles. I feel like he's going to manually bleed this again because he heard me say I don't like it. He's just going to do it. We love the elevator music. I mean, when they get into a chew clock formation, that clock goes down to about 14 seconds real fast. But Jay Duke, he loves to do things. He loves to do things his own way. Duke in the shotgun, takes the snap, fires it to Scally. Oh my goodness! His neck hit the ground first.
You know what? I normally don't get to call a hospital pass. That is, for all intents and purposes, a hospital pass. Tay with the shot. Oh man, Ouchtown population, you bro.
Oh, the dodgeball reference is fantastic. And again, Duke and the Auburn Tigers going to manually bleed this clock.
Well, okay, to be fair, last week we did go with Talladega Nights references. Got to keep the rotation going.
Exactly. We got to keep these early to mid-2000s movies going. 2-by-2 set. Duke takes the snap, hanging in. Only a 3-man rush by Tennessee, so Duke's got all day. Fires it to his man on a drag route. Lance lied for 3 yards. We're under 1:30. Will we see some chew clock?
No,
we will not.
have you met Beard? Are you familiar with the man? That man doesn't do anything conventional.
I think part of it is because Tennessee still has 3 timeouts and they're not using them, so it's almost like they're waving the white flag here. 3rd and 2. We are right at the 1-minute mark, and Auburn has a commanding 21-point lead.
I mean, Kate, I think Tennessee realizes that you take the L out of Lover. This game is over.
You thought about that one all week, didn't you? Duke turns around, hands to his walk-on running back, and Christian Rodriguez for 4 yards sets up a 1st and goal. Auburn can come out in victory formation. And they're not going to.
Again, are you not familiar with this man?
No, but the chew clock is at least on. Duke turns around and hands to Scally, and Scally walks in. Rubs salt in the wound right there. Auburn, foot to the floor. Touchdown.
All gas, no brakes.
I mean, I had talked to Beard, and he said he wanted to make a statement. He wanted to make a statement in a lot of the games that he's played this year, and they really haven't done that in some that he expected them to. But this is a statement win for a Tennessee team that has been really upstart in a lot of different aspects. But Auburn, again, just flexing their muscles, showing why for the previous 2 seasons they had gone 8-0 in each of them.
Hey, I'm just happy to see that my prediction on the Cole Mantell episode this weekend came true. I'm happy to walk away with that one. Not so happy with some of my other predictions.
And 2 backs in the backfield for Tennessee. This will be the last play. Turns around, hands to Fulton. Fulton running up the middle. Gets the first down and a timeout by Tennessee. They're not done.
Last play, huh? Really?
In the backfield, turn around, handing to Fulton again, gets 2 yards, is going to end up at 92 on the night, but that is going to do it. The Auburn Tigers come into Knoxville, Tennessee, and dominate the Volunteers. Final, the Auburn Tigers defeat Tennessee 45-17. Dominic, wrap it up.
I mean, what can you say that's not already been said throughout 4 quarters of action? Jay Duke, Thomas Scally, Bobby Green, Ragnar Wood, Haas Carter, landslide, they all got it done on offense. And then Teddy Driver, Alexis Storm, Cody Higdon, Jared Cook and company, they made it completely a nightmare tonight for Tennessee, Verdugo, Fulton and company. Absolutely dominance on all sides. Turnovers on both teams, but hey, those are going to be cleaned up going into next week. It is a great day to be an Auburn Tiger in Knoxville, and Auburn is going to survive with emphatic fashion tonight.
Thank you for watching the CFSL presented by PX1 Sports on YouTube. My name is Cade Padgett. Joining me in the booth was Dominic Barfield. Thank you to our executive producer, Mike Peters. Thank you to our associate producer, Austin Crow. We are done here on YouTube. Head on over to Twitch. Their game is not done yet. Oregon and Michigan State still battling. Join us here in about 45 minutes. We are not quite done.